this year. What a way to get it started. So much drama and tension in that first game, and now it is on to game 2 here inside Bridgestone Arena. The SEC leading scorer and freshman of the year, Trey Johnson. He and his Texas Longhorns in desperate need of a win today. They'll take on the hometown Vanderbilt Commodores here in Nashville today in game 2.
He didn't want to set any expectations as far as a number, but if he did set a number, I think they've reached it and exceeded it.
Jordan Pope at the point for the Longhorns. Again, keep an eye on number 20, Trey Johnson, an outstanding offensive player. But coming off his toughest game of the season, did not make a field goal Saturday in a loss to Oklahoma. Arthur Kaluma's open, misses the 3. And the rebound down to A.J. Hoggard, the Michigan State transfer, as he leads them into the front court. Keep an eye on Tyler Nickel, number 5 in white. In SEC games, he is the leading three-point shooter in the league.
You can't allow Tyler Nickel to shoot the ball from the catch spot. In catch and shoot situations, he's deadly.
Hoggard, who loves to drive, got tripped champion a year ago. What do you like about the Vanderbilt offense?
I think they do a great job of setting staggers and high ball screens, and they play out of it very well. Very smart players.
There's Trey Johnson. He can beat you outside.
He'd get to the award first. Yes. Let's put it that way.
That'd be a great way to settle it. Throw the award in the middle of the court. Let him go get it. Magnon. This is Edwards. He'll hit and draw the foul.
It is amazing how many.
Quite a journey for Jason Edwards. Started at Division II, then junior college.
He draws so much attention.
Magnon given the initial assignment of trying to guard Johnson. And the step back 3 won't go. You will see, if you haven't seen a lot of Trey Johnson, he can take and make extremely tough shots. Magnon got bodied there by Johnson.
And he's drawn the assignment of Trey Johnson in this one.
3 years at Cornell as game. And a good free throw shooter, 80% on the season as he makes them both. And a good look won't go down for Nickel in the corner off the feed from Hoggard.
And you can see Devin McLaughlin right there for the offensive rebound, but Shedrick was just strong getting it.
Boy, a nice move by Larry, and he has earned a trip to the line. The foul on Hoggard. Another player, and there are so many of them in college basketball this year, getting that.
St. Louis. And that was a great offensive team event.
The younger brother of former Duke Blue Devil, Vernon Carey. Kaluma, no, Magnon the rebound. Nobody's stopping him. Finally they do, but he's going to the line.
Boy, talk about a rip and run. Magnon grabbed that rebound, and he was gone. And all the talent that's going to come out of the southeast hyperbaric chamber that he sleeps in.
4-point lead now for Vandy. Bringing it into the front court for the Longhorns. Another very experienced player for Houston, Arkansas. Kaluma aggressively to the rim. McLaughlin did enough to stop him, but not the second time.
That was designed. They cleared the right side. That was designed.
Regular season finale, but he is back in there. Another player, Grant Huffman, one of the most important defensive players, we were told is a game time decision. Don't know if he's going to be able to suit up at all. Mark gets to the rim and ties the game.
Mark for 2.
Tanner gets open for 3. Carey will save it, but Kendall Weaver's got it. Great bounce pass ahead to Kaluma for the slam.
Excellent save there by Kendall Weaver, another player that seems like he's always around the ball. He's had some injury issues, but if there's a hustle play to be made for Texas, Weaver's going to be right in the middle of it.
Yeah, he's right up there in Magnon territory in terms of his effort and energy. He missed 15 games with a groin injury, only return plays, and like a Magnon's, a guy who does a lot of things.
Energy. He brings energy, and then they get downhill.
They all get down.
They don't go to the basket anymore.
Joe Lunardi at the moment has 13 SEC teams in the tournament. Texas not among them as Mark lays it in. For you bracketology followers, Jacob was
not a foul. He had both arms wrapped around him. That's crazy.
Weaver, nice feed. Shedrick with the left, and it's all Longhorns right now.
Well, Vanderbilt's getting caught.
Who loves getting downhill. Got shut off, though, by Jason Kent. Open, though, is Nickel, and he misses the three.
Yeah, he doesn't miss many of those. Yeah, you get that kind of penetration, he gets a spot-up shot, forget it.
Johnson, a nice feed to Shedrick for the slam.
Really, the quick strike is what's working for Texas. Just get the ball down court quickly and attack.
Trey Johnson, not just a scorer, averages about 3 assists per game. McLaughlin down low, and that's the first basket for Vandy in more than 6 from three-point range. Johnson, tough shot, in and out. Kent, the weak side rebound, and he's fouled. Against anybody really notable, and then went 6 and 12 wearing burnt orange today. Knows this is an incredibly important game for this team.
I'm more cutting into the paint and getting to the rim.
Tremont Mark, certainly a guy who can do that. Gets to the free throw line, a tough shot, bounces around on the rim, and that actually helped Kent get the rebound, and he puts it back in. Magnon thought about it, gives it up to McLaughlin. Now he'll put it on the deck. He gets a piece of the paint and drops it home with the left hand.
Good patience. Attacked the closeout with the left hand. A little bit of deceleration as he got to the bucket.
And you got to play him for the drive more than the shot, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 8 for 32, 25% from beyond the arc on the season. Vandy back within 6.
But he's still not a guy you want to dare to shoot.
Mark, another drive, getting his 3 years with Houston, last year with Arkansas. This is final year. But this is a guy, although the numbers don't jump off the page at you, 10 a game.
Rebounds, over 230 assists, and over 130 steals.
Magnon continues to guard Trey Johnson. Johnson 1 for 4, 2 points. Pope the pull-up, and a chance for 3. Jalen Carey is called for the foul. His did everything he could Saturday in the loss to Oklahoma. Made 4
glass by 6, and that was a huge difference in the game, especially Jalen Carey. He was just a monster on the glass. Nobody could keep him off the board.
Carey in the game right now. McLaughlin on the bench. Nickel on the baseline, hangs and hits, and Tyler Nickel. Tremont Mark will inbound it for the Longhorns. Rodney Terry's going to be happy. They've got a 6-point lead, and Trey Johnson really hasn't gotten going yet. He'll get to the line as he is fouled by Magnon, the first on Magnon. Johnson, a young man who's had 3.
When you can score more points in a single game than Kevin Durant did when he played for Rick Barnes at Texas. Man, and Magnon saying, he's got both arms wrapped around me.
Magnon with Arthur Kaluma on him. Now Kaluma switches on to Hogarth, who spins it in.
And that's his game, is getting to the rim. He's physical, he plays angles really well, and he's always been able to push it in transition. A staple at Michigan State, where he played the first part of his career.
His first points of the game. Kaluma, a nice.
Vanderbilt's been taking a lot of tough twos, and they are. That's a lot of what they do is mid-range shots.
They're shooting just 30% today, and still neither team has made a 3 in this game. Mark with a mark again.
Is that foul there being angled out? Make him take a tough 2 going away from the basket. You can't foul him there.
Mark Byington doing a lot of the ball handling right now for the Longhorns, and he's certainly capable. Lost it here, though, to Magnon. Got McLaughlin with him. And a foul is called on Weaver as the Texas bench explodes.
Oh, what an athletic block by Kendall Weaver.
A foul, my mistake.
Well, they can look at it.
Yeah, they called a goaltend here, and they will look at it at the under 4 timeout.
Yeah, it hit the backboard. Good call.
So count the basket. Edwards crosses over on Johnson, who knocks it away. Here's Weaver. And a block. The follow is blocked by Magnon.
And he's going to be.
Magnon has gone to the bench with his second foul. Who does Mark Byington choose? 6 are sitting on the bench right now with 2 fouls. Johnson
I thought he was going to take that shot off that wide pin.
Almost skidded to a stop. Couldn't get his feet underneath him. Now he'll take it. And hit it. Boy, a tough shot on the move. Here the weekend.
Ridiculous.
McLaughlin again. Kaluma did enough to bother him.
And that's the way you played time. Those are frustration fouls after you miss a shot that you think you.
And Kaluma gets them both, and Texas is up by 14.
This last 2 minutes 30 seconds of the first half, Vanderbilt has to cut into this lead by a couple of buckets.
Deep one for Nickel, and it goes. And that is the first three of the game for Vanderbilt.
That was by the logo. It doesn't matter where he is on the floor in the half court. You have to be with him on the catch. You should never have to close out to Tyler Nickel. You should be that close to him.
So each team now with one made three. Kaluma with a free lane to the bucket.
Tyler Nickel fell down, and I think it was a good business decision by the help defenders not to get in the way.
Kaluma, the first player in the game into double figures. How about the block by Tremont Mark?
Boy, this has been as alert defensively as I've seen Texas all year long.
And Mark goes end to end. They are up 15. Kaluma with 11, Mark with 9, Johnson with the ball, and he's got 7. Nice look to Shedrick, and a foul before the shot. So no
Carey
basket.
again.
Not committed his second a minute or so ago at the other end of the court. Carey wouldn't even be in the game.
Aggressive player gets the call.
McLaughlin's back in, and this goes to exactly what Mark.
Boy, with Tremont Mark running the point for Texas, they've looked awfully good.
Tanner, little stop and go, and he lays it in.
That is clearly.
McLaughlin down with a rebound. Tanner between the legs, and a foul on Mark. Boy, Tanner's quick. About 10 miles away.
For this basically last possession. Have a little bit of time left for a tip in.
10 to shoot, 12 on the game clock. Here's Johnson. Hits. Trey Johnson with another tough shot. He's got 9. Edwards wide left as the first half comes to a close. The Texas Longhorns. Guard. Good show there by Shedrick. Shedrick very mobile for a big guy at the defensive end. Nickel kicks it back out. Edwards with 9 to shoot, puts it up,
And usually that's a layup for him.
42% on the season. And as we mentioned in the first half, in conference play, led the SEC in three-point percentage. Hogard. It won't go, but he'll shoot 3 on Shedrick. He just watched a replay of it, and now he knows. An 11-point game. Texas does well to get back in transition. Edwards with a tough jumper. And back come the Longhorns.
The shots aren't coming in a way where Vanderbilt can get offensive rebounds. Jordan Pope is not leaving Edwards at all.
Collins trying to get his man in the air. Can't do it. Got it back. McLaughlin lays it in.
Collins lost his headband mid-play and still was able to continue to compete.
Last Thursday. Pope. Got it.
That is a big-time pull-up jumper by Jordan Pope. You know, he averaged 7.
On Edwards, his first. Johnson to inbound. Onyema the turnaround, and it goes, and the lead grows to 15 now for Texas. He's made sometimes the best you can do with Johnson is just make him work awfully hard, and Onyema is certainly doing that. Then he comes down to dig on Kent, almost took it away. Weaver gets a fresh possession for the Longhorns.
Texas, after getting crushed on the boards at Vanderbilt, is returning the favor. I mean, Kendall Weaver just went right over the top to grab that offense.
Oklahoma, he's up to 11 minutes in this game. The foul, by the way, on A.J. Hoggard, the starting point guard for the Commodores, has gone to the bench, and the freshman Tyler Tanner is in at the point.
A little Spain action, a back screen for the screener's defender.
Magnon is fouled. Up 25 in efficiency. Number 2 plus, and the series finale Monday night, 7 Eastern, right back here on the SEC Network.
Seen this very often with Vanderbilt in transition.
Tanner backs it back out. Magnon attacking Kent and draws another foul.
Smart play by Magnon. Got a switch. He had Jason Kent on him, and he just drove.
Mark Byington was happy to talk to a
career at Cornell, where he was an all Ivy League performer.
Magnon on the drive and scores. Boy, there was a lot of traffic down there, but he found a way.
So the corners, you can attack in the corners.
Kaluma, 5 to shoot. Back out. Johnson's got to make something happen, and he hits the 3.
Boy, you take a gamble, and that's what Tyler Tanner did there. A gamble to try to get the steal, and you wind up giving up a 3.
14 now for Trey Johnson, the high scorer in the game. McLaughlin, beautiful feed inside to Nickel.
Nickel was coming out top.
Tanner the drive and draws a foul, and Vanderbilt doing a better job getting to the rim, getting to the line. But they've still got their work cut out for them here.
22 rebounds combined. Today they have 5. That's defensive rebound, those shots.
Fouls on the floor, Hoggard and Carey.
Sticking with the zone.
And it has certainly slowed Texas down a little bit. They've taken some shots at the end of the shot clock. Mark, what a find to Shedrick.
When the zone is that spreader one way and then cut back the other, was just a straight line cut, which is a lot easier to defend.
Vanderbilt shooting 45% from the field on the season, just 32% here today.
Everything's going against a set defense now.
Yep. Good defense by Johnson, forced Edwards to give it up. Nickel on the drive, count it, and one.
Boy, Vanderbilt really needed that. Instead of what oftentimes a player will do, you know, you get beat to the basket, all of a sudden he recovered, made him take a tough shot instead of fouling. It's just really smart, good defense by Arthur Kaluma.
Past the midway point of the second half here in Nashville, Dan Schulman, Jay Billis, Jess Sims, Texas and Vanderbilt. A very big game for both, probably more so for the Longhorns, as Johnson is open.
He's got to be job number 1.
Hoggard finds Magnon. And another Texas foul. Again, it's Tremont Mark, and that'll be his 3rd.
Texas foul number 12.
And Magnon. Mark the drive and scoops it up and in.
Just splits 2 defenders. One of the best things about that was the patience. Just gave a little juke move and went right through 2 Vanderbilt defenders with the left hand, got all the way to the rim.
Tremont Mark is having a strong game. Edwards no, and a whistle before the basket on the follow. Just Caden Shedrick, number 4. Edwards at the line. And Shedrick, or a first baseman trying to get between a base runner and a first base coach. Second free throw goes for Edwards.
1-2-2, 3/4 court pressure.
Mark and Pope get it over. Kaluma up top. Onyema knows what to do with it.
That's how you break pressure. Got 2 on the ball, threw out of it. Arthur Kaluma did a really nice job of presenting himself, and then it's 2-on-1 on the backside.
Hoggard. Magnon the cutter, the pass a little bit behind him, but then it's thrown to Hoggard. Nickel misses the 3, and Mark tips it. And the foul call is going against Magnon.
No, it's going against Mark.
Oh,
Mark used that right hand.
Rated or not, they will look at it during the timeout. You'll get a look Going to the break. The right hand of Mark across the face of Manion. We'll see what they say.
That's something. And Vanderbilt needs to take advantage of this. Knock the free throws down and get a bucket. 2 of 14 from 3 for Vanderbilt.
And Manion, 1 of
down. You know, Vanderbilt hasn't been grabbing offensive rebounds like they did in the first game. It's just been a struggle all game long to score.
Nickel gets inside. He's having more success in the paint than beyond the arc today. And a good job by him. He is in constant motion without the ball to get himself free.
But for Texas, you know, you force him into a fadeaway 2. That's a win.
Pope off the glass, soft touch. He had Texas on the outside looking in, one of the first 4 out. Big game for both teams, needless to say. It rattles out on Johnson.
But don't you think Texas had to feel a little bit more desperate coming into this one?
Absolutely, absolutely. Edwards with a 3. Back to Pope, inside 10 on the shot clock.
Got to switch.
The shot over Nickel will go. A big time 3 for Jordan Pope.
Just gave a little bit of space with the switch.
Now Edwards slips and that results in a turnover. Johnson is wide open as he'll ever be. Misses the 3. Hogard. Strong finish. 1 late, but that's number 4 on Manion. Johnson lost it to Nickel. Edwards, there's a bump. And count the basket. Boy, that ball looked like it was still going up.
Oh, that wasn't even close.
That ball's going up. And again, the reason they call it, as you've explained many times, is they can't go look at.
Because we trust him for 38. Why don't we trust him for 2? That makes no sense.
Made them both. 13. Shedrick the handoff to Johnson. And Johnson is fouled and earns a trip to the line. Next Tuesday, right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN's look at this big-time event.
You know, among the great things in the SEC, I mean, the SEC's got a lot of great college towns. They got a lot of great sayings, too. You got horns up,
yep.
You got anchor down,
yep.
hotty toddy. Yeah. A lot going on in this league,
yep.
A lot to keep up with.
The foul on McLaughlin, by the way, was his 4th. He and Manion.
What else do you have in this league now? With Oklahoma coming in, you got Boomer Sooner.
Yes. Not you, not now. Johnson. Rebound to McLaughlin. Only 7 made threes in this game. 4 for Texas, 3 for Vandy. McLaughlin on the follow, and a timeout taken by Mark. Wire to wire, they've gotten balanced scoring, and as you said, they've been as sharp and attentive defensively as you've seen them all season.
That's been the best part of it. I don't think that Texas has been spectacular on the offensive end. They've certainly game management, really. It's not like he's been dropping dimes left and right, but when he's been
to be in a real hurry with each passing possession, the clock is becoming more and more of an ally for the Longhorns. And Mark fouled on the drive. It'll be on.
Time you look at the score, you feel like Texas should be up far more than.
Guard turns the corner, kicks it out to Nickel. Tanner. Edwards gets inside and lays it in. It's an 11-point game.
Tremont Mark.
And that somehow did not stay down.
He's cramping. Manion is cramping.
Yep. Hogard. Down to 9.
I don't know if Manion can really move.
And he owned the rebound. Still going. Off to McLaughlin, and it's a 7-point game. And Mark Byington calls timeout. Pope with the shot clock down to 7. Now Mark into the paint, the force, and he is fouled.
Looked like McLaughlin got him, but they could have given it to Roberts as well.
With 4. Two big.
How much time do you save doing that? Then he just stands.
Yeah. Hogard the lay-in, and we've got a Vanderbilt player down. It's Jason Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards was trying to set a back screen, took an elbow.
Into Shedrick. And an immediate foul to put him on the line.
Shedrick about a 63% free throw shooter.
Very. One of 2. Shensi's guarding Tyler Nickel. Trying to prevent him from knocking down a 3.
No fouls, no threes for Texas here.
Edwards driving by Kent and fouled.
And the last thing you wanted to do, once you get Edwards inside that line.
Edwards. 1 of 2. Shedrick a big rebound. And Edwards fouls Mark, and Mark's going right back to the free throw line. That'll be just the second on Edwards.
Mark shoots about 76%.
And Mark makes them both. Hogard a 3. Kept alive. Edwards has it for the Commodores. Trapped in the corner. Threw it away to Kent.
Don't need to go anywhere.
And Hogard says he didn't touch him, but he just got called for the foul.
Sudden it's a question mark. Now clearly, look, the truth is with tournaments.
Right. Bid stealers are always a factor.
It's not just the bid stealers.
Yeah.
It's the other teams that are around the line.
Yep.
And so there's nothing definitive.
A win for Texas today. They play Texas A&M tomorrow. Tanner with a lay-in. Buzz Williams' team has had a really good year. 22-9 and 11. Pope into Shedrick. And another foul.
And while we were talking about Trey Johnson, one of the things I was thinking was, boy, we ought to talk a little team.
Nice to have a guy as experienced as Tremont Mark to play.
I said when we're talking about Tremont and Jordan, where we said Mark Pope.
I did not. Coach Pope is probably scouting, working in his room, and twitching every time we say it.
Mark Pope.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark. No more fouls coming for Vanderbilt, and the Texas Longhorns pick up a win they desperately needed as they beat the Vanderbilt Commodores 79-72. So they move on to a second round game tomorrow against the Aggies.